Hi guys, today we are going to talk about doing your makeup for photos. First thing we're going to do is cover up any breakout areas, anything that's going to need a little bit of extra coverage, things that you don't want to pop through, your regular color, spots where you're just going to need that makeup to last really well all day long. So I'm taking that highlight color, in this case is Sunlit. It's a nice yellow color which covers up redness. I'm just patting that over all her little breakout spots and just getting a nice concealed look on those. After I have them all covered up, I take my powder brush and I come into the translucent powder and I just press it, dab it on all those spots. It's going to set that highlight color and just really help it last all day. That's going to sit on there and bake, as they call it, while we move on to eyes. I like to start with the eyes to help keep the rest of the face clean with all the fallout from the eyeshadow. So I use a highlight color as an eyeshadow primer. This just makes a nice neutral surface, takes out any of the darkness of your eyelid, and makes a nice surface for the eyeshadows to stick to and last. First eyeshadow I use is just a light color. I kind of set that highlight color and it helps when I go to blend everything else. After I've done that, I come in with a medium tone. This is Bubba, and I put that in the crease. I make sure I work it a little bit above the crease, so when she opens her eyes, you're going to be able to see that color, and it's a really nice transition color for everything else. Then I come in with a slightly darker shade, and I put that in the outer corners. This is Zion. I make sure that I don't have any color below that corner of the eyelid to the edge of the eyebrow. I put a little bit of a pinkish tone over the top of that just to give a little bit of that undertone. Then I came in with Crush. It's a little shimmery tone, and I use my finger on the shimmery. It really helps keep that shimmer look. I just press that on the eyelid. I love to have a bright shimmery color in the middle of that lid. It really is reflective and makes your eyes look nice and awake, and they pop, and it's just beautiful in photos. Then I took Sabrina, which is also a shimmery tone, or a shimmery color, but it's a real light tone, and I put that in the inner corners of the eye and under the brow, and that just really makes you look super awake, catches the light just where you want it. Then I took that crease color, which was Bubba, and I put it under the eye for a little bit of a smoky effect. Then I took Cocoa, which is the darkest shade that I'm using on this look, and I did the deep crease for that. So I kind of start on the lash line and I work my way up and over, and I just stay right in the crease for this. That just adds the depth to the look. Then I filled in her brows using one of our contour colors. I used Indigo on her. A lot of the contour colors work well to fill in the brows, and you can just do tiny little strokes and just fill it in for a real natural look. Doesn't have to look too drawn on, but filling in the brows really, really makes your eyes pop. You can see right there how it just frames her face, frames the eyes, and it's very important for photos. Then I took our Cream Contour Cola, which is almost a black, and I like to use that for an eyeliner. I start from the middle and work my way out. I make sure that I keep my line nice and high so our eyes look lifted. I don't want any drooping in the corner. I get a little bit thicker as I work my way out, and then I put a tiny bit under the bottom corner, but I don't go very far. I don't want to close that eye at all, so I just do the tiniest bit in that corner just to pull the look together. Then I come in with Salem, a black eyeshadow, and I just kind of set that cream eyeliner with a little bit of that black. It gives a slightly more smudgy look, kind of completes that whole smoky look that I'm going for. You can see it kind of fills in any little gaps that there might be and just creates that really nice solid black. Then it's time to do the rest of her face. I'm coming in with Sunlit, which you can see is a shade brighter than her skin tone, but that's what we want, especially around the eyes. That gives you that really glowing, beautiful, awake, just awesome look. And then you can take that color and clean up any fallout or anything that you maybe had from your eyeshadows. You can see there, I'm just cleaning up that line and making it so those eyes look really up and not drooping. Then I came in for the rest of her face. I used amber, which is more closely matched to her skin tone. You can see it doesn't look quite as bright. So that's what we want. That blends right into the sunlight that we have everywhere else. And it's keeping that focus right on the eyes. It's just smoothing out the rest of her face. We put the extra concealing step in the beginning, so the rest of her face isn't really taking much makeup. We're just smoothing it all out, giving her a real flawless look. The photographer's gonna love it. She won't have to do much photoshopping. Then we use the contour. We make sure that we stay real high. We come right under that cheekbone. We start on the hairline, work our way towards the corner of the mouth, but we don't go to the corner of the mouth. I stop about halfway across the face. You can pull the color down to kind of sculpt and slim the face out a little bit. And again, it blends really easily. You just kind of move it around with your brush. You can add as much as you want for how dramatic of a shadow you're looking for. Then you can use some of the contour on the forehead. You can start on the hairline and pull it down. Depending on how much of a shadow you want to create there, you pull it down. But that just helps, again, like everything else, keep the attention to the eyes. So we're just playing with the natural shadows of our face. And then we can put a little bit along the jawbone, sculpt that out, make a nice defined jaw. Pull it down the neck to blend. Then we go in with our blush. This is Sandstone. You keep most of the color on the apple of the cheek. That kind of blend it back a tiny bit, but most of that color stays concentrated right in front. And it gives a really youthful, beautiful, awake, healthy glow. You definitely want to add some blush. Here I'm using our cream bronzer Bella. I just put a tiny bit of it on just to kind of have a cohesive look, a little bit of a sun-kissed look, make her look nice and warm and healthy. Then I took our illuminator and I put it right on top of those cheekbones. The illuminator is super reflective. You really see it a lot in pictures. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Makes those cheekbones pop. Now I'm taking the indigo contour and I'm lining her lips. It looks a little dark here, but when it's all done and all blended in, it looks absolutely fantastic. It's nice to have lip liner on with pictures so your lips stand out and don't get kind of muddled into the rest of your face. So I use that contour, then I put the color right over the top, and that just kind of blends it all in with the lip. You could put a little bit of that contour also under that bottom lip, and it gives that shadow of your pouty lip. And you can layer the colors on as much as you want here. I believe I use Sandstone and then also some Desert Sunset for the desired color. Then I took that illuminator, I put it in the Cupid's bow. You could tap it right on that waterline on that bottom lip, and it just gives all that dimension and depth. Look at that pouty lip. It looks fantastic. Spraying the setting spray, patting it into place with a perfector sponge. It's going to make her makeup last, and she's ready to go. She's going to go do her hair and take pictures, and they're going to look great. And that is what you need for a perfect photoshopped face.